A protest more than 2 hours long tonight. This scene just before 8 o'clock in downtown Louisville. This large group of protesters walking and chanting, "Arrest Jonathan Ross." That's the ICE agent identified today as the one who shot and killed Renee Good, the mother of 3 in Minneapolis. These protesters in Louisville made their way from Jefferson Square downtown to the federal courthouse at 6th and Broadway tonight. One of 2 protests in Louisville late today. But first, there's been another federal shooting, and it is breaking news tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt, and thank you very much for joining us here on the WHAS11 team. It's been another very busy night of late breaking news. We're going to get right to the Louisville protests in a moment. We are following the situation in Portland, Oregon tonight. A man and a woman were injured after a shooting involving a federal agent in Portland. Now, it happened at about 5:20 p.m. tonight, Louisville time. The Department of Homeland Security says this shooting occurred while Border Patrol customs agents were conducting a targeted stop on a vehicle carrying 2 people allegedly affiliated with a gang. The passenger was the target. Late tonight, the Portland, Oregon mayor held this news conference.
Violence in our community is devastating. These are not statistics. These are human beings. Portland is not a training ground for militarized agents. When the administration talks about using full force, we are seeing what it means on our streets. The consequences are not abstract.
The mayor called on ICE to end all operations in Portland pending the completion of a full investigation. Again, the man and the woman injured in the shooting tonight. The shooting in Portland involved Border Patrol customs agents. Also still developing tonight in Minneapolis, the protests underway again in that city. This new video tonight into our newsroom from this evening. Protesters marched peacefully in a rally just a few blocks away from where the ICE agent shot and killed Renee Good, the mother of 3 children. Heading back to where they held their first candlelight vigil last night. Marchers carrying signs, banners, and flags calling on federal agents to leave their city. Meantime, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has authorized the state National Guard to be staged and ready in case they're needed as tensions rise. Now, we do want to pick up our coverage of right here in downtown Louisville tonight. 2 different protests in Louisville today, one held in the East End, the other in downtown Louisville, which drew hundreds of people into the streets. WHAS11 team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Aspen Hester covered the peaceful demonstrations.
Protesters taking a knee while holding a moment of silence in front of the downtown Louisville's U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building.
We've talked openly about the fact that we better take advantage of the time we have while we can still do this. I don't know how much longer we can.
Power to the people!
This large and peaceful group walking and chanting through downtown to the federal courthouse. Earlier, some of them were overlooking I-64. On this overpass, about 30 people with signs for drivers on the interstate down below, with honks of support. A group named the Sharp Objects protested ICE's actions in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That sign says ICE murders because that's what's happening right now. And I can't believe it, and I cannot believe it's happening in the United States of America.
This protest blended into a larger one, held on the steps of Metro Hall a few hours later, where a large picture of Renee Nicole Good, the woman who was shot and killed by an ICE agent on Wednesday, was present as Louisvillians shouted her name during nightfall. Federal officials like Vice President J.D. Vance defended the agent's actions.
You have a woman who was trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation. Nobody debates that. You have a woman who aimed her car at a law enforcement officer and pressed on the accelerator.
U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem spoke on why her team was in Minneapolis in the first place.
Regardless of who your mayor or who your governor is, President Trump promised every single American that he would make America safe again. He promised every single American that he would work to protect them from dangerous criminals.
The protests turned to the streets, following the familiar route from the 2020 protests over Breonna Taylor.
These people are here because they're outraged. That's a great community too. Minneapolis, Louisville, great communities being torn apart right now, needlessly.
LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey also speaking on the shooting in Minneapolis, calling it a tragedy.
There's a reason why we have policies that say don't put yourself in a bad position. That's why we have policies surrounding shooting at people inside of vehicles. It seems like it was something that, based on tactics, could have been easily preventable.
These Louisvillians walking in solidarity and remembrance, support for Minneapolis, and for change within the federal government. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 Night Team, on your side.
Now, that large protest you were watching right there on your screen ended in downtown Louisville shortly after 8 o'clock tonight. Again, all peaceful. Also happening tonight, we have declared tomorrow a WHAS 11 Weather Impact Day. Take a look, folks. This is our live Max HD radar view of rain moving through the area tonight. A gusty storm system is going to be blowing into Kentuckiana in the morning. Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell is here early to bring you new information on the timing of a spring-like rainstorm in early January. What is going on here, Mallory?
I know. We need to check the calendar with these temperatures and with this activity that we're dealing with. Yes, temperatures are well into the 60s, so we are tracking rain showers and storms on the radar tonight. Right now in Kentuckiana, most of us, we are still dry, just dealing with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Some rain on our doorstep, especially closer to Jasper, Indiana. But here's that bigger picture view, and you're seeing a few of these yellow boxes here, or polygons. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's something that we'll be watching closely late tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. Regardless, wind gusts have certainly picked up tonight. We are starting to see wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour in Louisville, and we could see some gusts reach 40 miles per hour tonight. That's out ahead of this gusty line of showers and some embedded thunderstorms that will really track through here. You can see this main line at 3:30 in the morning, continuing to move from west to east and southeast, moving through Kentuckiana and pretty much out of here by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So it will be a quick hitting system, but pockets of heavy rainfall, gusty winds, certainly the main threats that we'll be seeing through about mid-morning on Friday. Beyond that system, we're still tracking some rain chances into the weekend before temperatures drop. Much more on that coming up in our extended forecasts. Doug.
Mallory, thank you. Also brand new for you tonight, we move to our new coverage coming in from Atlanta. In less than 24 hours, your #1 seed Indiana Hoosiers, the football team, going to take on the 5th-seeded Oregon Ducks with a chance at the college football playoff championship right on the line. WHAS 11 sports reporter Sarandon Raboyne, along with our senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, both in Atlanta, checking in on the fans again tonight ahead of tomorrow night's big game.
Indiana fans have waited decades for this moment, and now the Hoosier fans are coming out in droves to cheer on and support this team. And whenever they show up, it's Bloomington, anywhere Indiana plays.
The Hoosier Nation, they were a huge reason on why we beat Alabama. And the way we beat them is because it was a home game for us.
It's been awesome. Yes. The camaraderie and just the representation that we have nationwide is amazing.
It's essentially having the 12th player on the field, and to have them show up not only meant so much off the field by disrupting the opponent, but it meant on the field with us and elevating our play.
It's unbelievable. It's been amazing. Like, campus is electric every game day, and it's awesome.
When you have your fans behind you, they're in the stadium and they're loud after a big play, it just increases the energy level on your side.
And the last 2 seasons have just been magical. It's just been so much fun.
I feel like I'm living for a bunch of thousands of other Hoosiers who've never got to experience this before.
So awesome to be able to be here and experience it. Sad we missed the Rose Bowl, but I mean, there's next year. So.
Oh, you're going to Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Woo, woo, woo. Hoosiers! Woo, woo. Hoosiers all the way.
We're expecting a very heavy Indiana crowd tomorrow night at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're hoping they can watch the Hoosiers punch their ticket to the national championship. Reporting in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Serena Raboyne, WHAS 11 on your side.
What a fan rally tonight, and our coverage is not over for you yet. Sarandon's catching up with Louisville's Will Stein, working double duty. He's the new UK football coach, but for the Peach Bowl, He's in Atlanta right now, filling his job as Oregon's offensive coordinator. That story is all new in tonight's sports in just a few minutes away. But first, we've got another brand new local story for you tonight. An Indiana law passed in April that had towns and cities scrambling after it impacted their revenue. Now, months later, changes could be coming. We've got the story for you right here on the Night Team.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $199 million. Powerball, $124 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.